It never occurred to me to become a storyteller or a writer or a parent or anything. I take opportunities as they come. I'm very open to ideas and I just kind of go, okay. And that takes me very strange places. My name is Rab Fulton and I work with words. Good evening, everybody. I'm not going to quite start yet because I know folk are getting their philosophy talked up there and their spirituality and all that sort of thing. So what I will do for the rest of these viewers are I do storytelling, I do writing, and theatre work as well. Storytelling is probably the thing that I'm most known for just now. My storytelling is a mixture of, yeah, it's got a lot of older Scottish and Irish stories in them. And they are important. You know, I mean, they do feed in to who we are now, and it's important to that they're not just these stories are reduced to items in a museum. You know, we have to shake them out and bring them back out, and you know, they resonate. To me, it's a living part of Scottish and Irish heritage.
Took the hook from the woman's head.
I always find that the idea of um, oral storytelling separate from other things difficult. Storytelling and writing and theatre all, you know, come from the word. So it'd probably be better to speak of me as a wordsmith because I play with words. There are similarities that feed across them. The use of space. You know, when I'm telling a story, that there's pauses there and space to let a moment hang, and that's obviously something that you need when you're writing as well. You need space in writing. You cannot reveal too much or say too much when you're writing. There has to be, you know, points where nothing is said.
Until suddenly BANG! The door was kicked open! His two brothers ran in! They grabbed a hold of him! They dragged him out the room, slammed the door shut, and whoo! The spell was broken.
Speaking is such a natural thing to me, as it is to everybody, that maybe I find it easier to storytell than to write. And I think one of the big differences with storytelling is that you have an audience. A live audience is always fun, but it can be a bit challenging. So I'm going to just tell, for the second half, I'm going to do a shorter story, the second half. And it's a story, you know, it's a bit disturbing. Because sometimes I do disturbing stories. In fact, some of you still look disturbed from that last story. But it's okay, it's fine. The audience is giving you feedback. And sometimes it's verbal feedback, or sometimes just a dynamic, you know, like suddenly, you know, another 30 people walk into your show as you're about to say something very dramatic, and you have to just stop and let that happen. Me that opened the cupboard. It wasn't me, it's okay, come in. Everybody go like this. Oh my God! He opened the cupboard and suddenly 47,000 backpackers poured out from the cupboard. I have such a wide range of audience. You know, I have an audience which would be, I tell a story in front of people. And yet there is another audience because of the Periscope thing. But that came about because, you know, the woman, Maura Nawilon, suggested this as an idea. So we went for it. And it's been great fun and there's been great response from it. So people are watching in Tokyo or in Lima. They're watching me perform in a bar in Galway. I think when you get an audience that is, they're all coming from very different places, and it's trying to engage with all that, and then suddenly it all falls together.
And that's a lovely feeling when it's suddenly all just, and you've got it all, you know. That's a great feeling. And it has to be kept alive, and it has to keep um, changing and adapting, and it has to be engaged with and enjoyed and savoured like a good meal. You know, you would never ever say to somebody, you know, spaghetti is a very wonderful meal. Read this recipe book from 300 years ago and we can write an article about it, but never actually eat spaghetti. You know, you have to eat it and taste the textures and the smell and just to, you know, do that.
Early one morning this
One of the nights I did was one of my really dark stories. There was a sequence in it with a cow about to be slaughtered. I had to have the cow mooing in distress. For some reason, I started howling like a dog, and it was obviously coming from the previous week when I was doing a wolf. And so I just went with it. You know, if a cow's distressed, of course it's going to go mad and think it's a dog. So I just went with this howl and just let it go. And nobody noticed, you know. And there's part of me quite conscious of this, but then there's another part saying, let it go, and I just let the howl go and go and go, and then eventually changed it back to a moo and then brought it back again. So there is that scary messing up, but then you can change and manoeuvrability and... Aye.